How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its Days of Play sale. Tons of good deals available, and you guys might not know that there's also a Planet of the Discount sale running right now. Gonna look at deals under the price of $10, but first of all, that Planet of the Discount sale is ending here very shortly. I believe today's actually the final day for you to check out deals from that sale, the final full day, I should say. So we'll highlight some of those deals that are notable under $10, and then we'll get to the Days of Play sale, because Days of Play, the real value in a lot of those deals come from the more expensive titles, so keep that in mind, so the selection is a little limited. But these deals, as I'm going to mention, are ending very shortly. God of War III Remastered is 50% off for $9.99. I'm not crazy about the God of War games pre-2018, but I'm very much in the minority when it comes to that. People love God of War 1, 2, 3, Chains of Olympus, Ghosts of Sparta, all those games, and it would be nice to get those games, the other games, preserved on PS4 and PS5 and not stuck in PS3 purgatory. But nevertheless, God of War 3 is still a fairly enjoyable game. Just keep in mind when you are going into a game like God of War 3, if you only played 2018 and Ragnarok, the older God of War games are very much on the shorter side, so do keep that in mind. But for $10, it's a good action game, and you guys are probably going to enjoy it a lot more than even I did. Dying Light, the following Enhanced Edition, is 70% off for $8.99. Dying Light is an awesome open-world game, and I think Dying Light really nailed the scale and size of an open-world game without getting too overblown. I feel like some of these open worlds are just getting a little bit crazy these days. Dying Light was contained enough where it was still, it still had a good bit of focus. So $8.99 for Dying Light, great deal. Zombie slashing, chaotic game, and for $9, good deal there. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, 50% off for $9.99. Yes, I know when I talk about Naughty Dog these days, I'm a little bit of a downer. I don't think it's that big of a stretch to say that Naughty Dog's a little washed when you compare what they used to put out in such a shorter time frame. Look, it's been like, what, 5 years since Naughty Dog has put out a game, or it'll be 5 years if they release a game next year. And in the span of 5 years, they put out the entire Uncharted trilogy. So, I'll take Naughty Dog from the late 2000s, early 2010s all day over current day Naughty Dog. But man, I loved Uncharted 1 through 3. I thought the games were phenomenal. Uncharted 1 for sure shows its age, but it's still an enjoyable game. Uncharted 2, man, for a game that's 15 years old this year, which is just so crazy to think about, I still remember jaws being on the floor when we saw that E3 demo of Uncharted 2, and that, I feel like that demo that we saw at E3 of 2009 really set the table for Naughty Dog's perception to change into one of the most beloved studios in all of gaming for that era. I know they did Jak prior to that, and Jak was tremendous, but Uncharted 2 was on another level, and then, of course, Uncharted 3 is in there as well. And Uncharted 3 didn't have the benefit of Uncharted 2, where it was a shock at how big of an improvement that game was over Uncharted 1, much like if you played Mass Effect 2 over Mass Effect 1, the shock of the improvement of that game, I feel like carries it quite a bit. Uncharted 3, you knew you were going to get quality, and you got damn good quality. All 3 games for $9.99, great deal, and then go play Uncharted 4 as well. Also want to give a shout to Deep Rock Galactic, $8.99 on this. Quality co-op game, a lot of replayability. A new season just kicked off, and they're doing a lot of good stuff in updating this game, so $9 for that. If you can get a couple friends to pick it up, definitely worthwhile there. And then I do also want to give a shout to Fallout 76. Now, I'm not big into Fallout 76, but from what I know, this game has made immense strides since its initial launch, and it's a much better game now. A lot of buzz with Fallout in general, with the Fallout 4 Prime, the Fallout Prime series. And if you want to circle back and check out 76, go for it. It is available on Plus Extra as well. So those deals, just wanted to quickly mention them, are a part of the Planet of the Discount sale, and it actually ends June the 6th, so you have a couple days, but really you have today and tomorrow. It ends June 6th at 3 a.m. Eastern, so take that for what you will. Alright, now for some of the Days of Play under $10 deals. Mafia Definitive Edition is $9.99. Love me some Mafia. And Mafia Definitive Edition is a ground-up remake of Mafia 1. Now, from a gameplay standpoint, still a very basic third-person cover shooter. It's fine, it's not gonna light the world on fire. Narratively, atmosphere, voice acting, those elements of Mafia 1 are great. And what I like about Mafia 1 is that, brother, if you need a game that you can just complete in a weekend, Mafia will give you exactly that. You can complete it in about 8 to 10 hours, just perfect to tell the kind of story that Mafia is telling. And I feel like Mafia 3, there were actually some issues with that game, with the scale and the size of the game it was going for. But nevertheless, Mafia 1 Definitive Edition, $9.99, goodbye there. At $4.99, by the way, I think Mafia Definitive Edition would be great, but it hasn't gone down that low yet. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is $8.99. It's Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I don't have to sell you on this whatsoever. It's one of the greatest video game trilogies of all time. It is BioWare of a bygone era. BioWare of the Mass Effect era could do no wrong. You know, pre-Andromeda. I'm talking the OG trilogy. They could do no wrong. BioWare is one of those studios absolutely washed. I think BioWare might be the most washed studio of all time. Comparatively to where they were to where they are now, it is just insane to think about. But, you know, talking about Mass Effect 1 is a game that shows its age. Some of the sections in the game, you know, definitely aren't great in today's gaming, but it's still very, very good. And Mass Effect 2 still holds up as one of my favorite games of all time. Like, if I had to break down my top 20 games, Mass Effect 2 would definitely be in the mix. And I know 20 sounds like a lot, but given that I've played an insane amount of games, like, top 20 to me is, like, you know, very much upper echelon, elite of the elite. In terms of game quality, and Mass Effect 2 as a single-player experience was just tremendous. And Mass Effect 3, ending aside, it's still a really damn good game in my opinion, and you know, you just get it in this trilogy, $8.99, phenomenal deal. If you never played Mass Effect, my goodness, buckle up because you're in for a wild ride with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Definitely worth your money there. At $9 is just highway robbery. BioShock the Collection, 80% off for $9.99. Another great trilogy of games. BioShock 1, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. Feel like I'm in the minority when I say BioShock Infinite is my favorite. It seems like it's BioShock 1 for most people. I just thought Infinite from a setting standpoint was fantastic. It had a little bit more of the color palette that I look for in a video game. Like, it's just colorful and has a level of vibrance, but then also the twists and turns in the game I thought are really well executed. Don't get me wrong, BioShock 1 is tremendous, and I even like BioShock 2. I thought BioShock 2 was a really, really well done game. Overall for the collection, 80% off for $9.99 I think is a great deal, and definitely check that out. Hopefully Judas turns out fairly well, that new, I believe, BioShock inspired shooter that 2K's got cooking right now. Next up we have Control Ultimate Edition, 75% off for $9.99. In my unpopular opinion, Control is the best game from Remedy. I like it better than Alan Wake 2, I like it better than Alan Wake 1, I like it better than Quantum Break. I just thought Control from a gameplay standpoint was really, really well done. Visually looks great. Story is a little bit wacky, but like at this point, like you gotta expect that from Remedy. You got the DLC here as well, 75% off for $9.99 I think is quite a good deal, so definitely check that out. Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, gonna give a mention to both of these. ROTR is $5.99 while SOTR is $9.99. ROTR, in my opinion, is the best Tomb Raider game ever released. Now, to be fair, I don't have any attachment towards Tomb Raider pre-2013. I think 2013 really lit up the franchise and made it much, much better. I think the new Lara is way better. I think gameplay-wise it's way better. And rather, it's a Lara origin story, so obviously she's a little different than what you experience in the other Tomb Raider games, but nevertheless, I just think the game is really, really well done, and ROTR was a significant improvement upon Tomb Raider 2013, and definitely check this out. In my opinion, you know, we always compare Tomb Raider and Uncharted, and I get Tomb Raider, if you really look at the beginning of this year, so obviously far earlier than Uncharted, but I would put ROTR up there with the best Uncharted games. I'm not joking. Like, I think Rise of the Tomb Raider is that good, and I would definitely recommend it. Then Shadow of the Tomb Raider is good as well. It just, unfortunately, really falters from a narrative standpoint, but from a gameplay standpoint, I think it's damn good. $9.99 for that is really good as well. And one of the issues with SOTR, and I had uploaded a video prior to the release of this game where Square Enix detailed like a 7-month DLC plan for the game. Like, get the hell out of here with that one. But the definitive edition obviously includes all that DLC, so that's quite nice. Next up, Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, $5.99. Great first-person shooter done by Machine Games, who are currently working on the Indiana Jones game, which I'm not gonna lie, not completely sold on that game. I don't think it looks great, but, you know, we'll see how it turns out. Machine Games is super talented, and they did a phenomenal job with the Wolfenstein titles, and Wolfenstein 2 was a really good one. I would recommend you to play New Order. New Colossus does have, like, an intro video recapping you, but, you know, do whatever the hell you want to do. $5.99 on that is great. Dishonored 2, 80% off for $5.99. Dishonored is awesome. I wish Arcane Leon was working on a new Dishonored game. They're doing Marvel's Blade, and that's probably not going to come out till like 2028, so like, you know, it is what it is. 2026, I would say, for Marvel's Blade, but hopefully, you know, in this lifetime we get a Dishonored 3, and for $5.99, if you haven't played Dishonored 2, damn good deal. This one also has 2 playable characters. You got Corvo, the main character from the first game, and then Emily as well, so worthwhile to replay it. $6, good deal there. And then lastly, RIP Arcane Austin, because Prey is 80% off for $5.99. An incredible first-person shooter. Atmosphere in the game is tremendous. this, and yeah, just really, really well done. Gameplay solid and incredibly engrossing. As a psychological action horror title, horror might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's really, really well done, and for $6, definitely a good pickup here. And that is gonna do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals available right now under the price of $10. Links to all of these in the description box below. As always, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.